Essex Business Radio.
Yeah, absolutely. I've come up with a recent little catchphrase, which is
I like that.
content for business.
Oh, mate, I like that.
Which is nice. And I've niched myself into promotional, social media, and personal branding videography.
Yeah.
It allows me to focus on certain pockets, but not niche myself down too much that it removes lots of other stuff.
Oh, that's a noisy vehicle,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that,
Fucking hell, we're going to edit that out.
Nice car or a motorbike, yeah, something like that. Hopefully.
Shut up.
Yeah, keep it quiet outside, interrupting the podcast.
Yeah, no, I mean, so good. I mean, that's good. So you focus where you are. I mean, you're a young guy.
Yes.
You're
I'm 20.
20. When are you 21?
April.
Are you
21 this year?
What are you doing for your 21st? Do you know yet?
Hopefully. Party, friends and family, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Got to celebrate it. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Good year.
Yeah, good year.
Good birthday. Big birthday.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year this year as well, as we know. So we'll talk a little bit about the business later on, but as you know, this show, the Fireside Chat, my Fireside Chat, is really to get to know the people behind their businesses. Sure. Yeah. So now you may be young. But you've got some interesting experience.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a journey which has intrigued me.
That's right.
And I was never into Cubs, Scouts, bits and pieces. It wasn't my bag, right? But yeah. So tell me about that. So you got going back to school and stuff like that. You had a bit of a difficulty in school if you go back to there, right? Yeah, because you're a tall guy. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'm standing 6'7",
6'7",
which is quite.
And you got to get these fucking comments about is it cold up there and shit like that.
All the time.
Oh my God. Does it not get tired?
I've grown into it now.
Very good. So I like it.
I am very familiar with all the little comments. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, school. I grew really fast, really quick. At the age I started growing probably ahead of the curve, as it were. And then at 15, I was 6'5".
Yeah. Wow.
So very, very intense.
Were you like the tallest kid in the school?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Straight away. I've always been above most kids and everyone, and then I just kind of shot up from there.
Yeah.
Tallest in school, so everyone wanted me in the swimming, basketball, and badminton teams.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Days and
I bet they did. Yeah.
Which was
you quite into sport as well, were you?
Yeah, I was. I've swam since I've been 3 years old.
Okay,
if
cool.
not younger.
You wouldn't have to do many strokes then, would you?
No, not at all. Yeah, it's one stroke. I'm at the other side of the ball.
See, you're beating me to it. I'm gonna give it up with a punch.
Sure, I think so. Yeah, I was very quick with that.
Producer Joel's 5 foot, 6'5", aren't you, Joel?
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
But I think
good
looking
height.
at you, if you're 6'7", I'm probably 6'4". Then.
Oh, are you?
6'5".
Oh, so you've been telling everybody 6'5" for ages, haven't you? Have you actually shorter?
I've actually been lying to everyone.
6'5" was my favourite height. That one, because I can say I've seen them all.
Nice,
so
it's your favourite height.
Yeah, it's to the point where you don't hit your head on door frames.
Yeah.
But you're still tall.
Well, you obviously haven't walked through this house.
Yeah. I'll crawl through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, when this place was built, and but obviously we're in the studio here, and obviously anybody that's seen on the camera can see we're by the fireside here, which is the forge. So it's fireside at the forge, but actually attached to where we live as well. Part of this house is 800 years old. They weren't fucking
amazing.
6'5" then.
Sure.
And as you went through to the toilet.
Very low, beautiful house though.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I love all the beams. The wooden beams are lovely.
Yeah. But when you get drunk, mate, you will fucking hit your head.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's the only time you do, to be fair.
Wake up with a headache.
We'll literally wake up on the floor and then looking up and think, "Fuck, I don't remember hitting that."
Yeah. How did that get there?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so going back to that, you had some growing pains quite clearly.
Yeah,
I mean, you grew very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. I was diagnosed with chronic growing pains.
Right.
At the age of about 16.
Is that a sort of a thing for many people? I mean.
I think it's quite common.
Right. I had growing pains I remember getting them in my legs.
Yeah, it was mainly front of the knees. I was
That's
also diagnosed with something called Osgood-Schlatter's disease, which is it's where the tendons and muscles can rip off.
I had that as well.
Yeah, it's really painful. It's
fucking tall freaks.
Yeah, it's when there's a lot of intensity.
Other
on the
heights
front
are
muscles
available.
And stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah, other heights. Yeah. But I was diagnosed with chronic growing pains as I grew so quickly.
Yeah.
Basically, my muscles and tendons, everything didn't grow at the same rate.
Right.
So certain things grew really quick in my legs, and muscles, etc., didn't.
Wow.
So it was very difficult to walk, stand. My form class, even in school, got moved from the 3rd floor to the bottom because I couldn't walk up the stairs.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm dead
So
shit.
all for you?
All for me, yeah.
Wow.
I was moved from the 3rd
That's some
floor
power, isn't it?
to another building. And throughout the day, so I was on medication. So I started off with your paracetamol, ibuprofen, and then went on to some heavier stuff like cocodamol, which at the time seemed to be helping, but it comes with some other side effects.
Okay.
So from my memory, cocodamol was in 8 milligrams, 15, and I believe 30.
Right.
It might be 30, 45.
Right.
So I started off in stages. 1, 2, nothing was really touching the pain that I was going through.
Right.
To the point where they put me on all 3 combined.
Wow.
When that was mainly started from my really focused GCSE period, so year 10 to 11.
Yeah.
In which I was taking 3 tablets, or that amount of tablets 3-4 times a day.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah, which is very intense. At the time, I thought it was helping me.
Is that a kidney sort of issue as well, potentially there?
No, everything internally was working fine. It was just, it was affecting me mentally and physically in terms of I was falling asleep in class.
Wow.
My attention was dropping.
Yeah.
Which then affected my grades. So it was quite a push to kind of cope with, one, being very different in school, being really tall.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate in school. I felt like I got on with everyone. I made friends. I had a great friend group around me, great family.
Cool.
The school was fantastic. Like I mentioned, they moved my form class from the 3rd floor to the bottom just because I couldn't walk up the stairs. I was in a lot of discomfort, which I received a lot of support for.
Yeah.
But then going through GCSEs and then finally exams, having to kind of focus for a long period of time was very difficult.
Right.
So revising wasn't the easiest, but I was never a big reviser. I couldn't just sit down and try to cram as much information in. I've always been creative. Yeah. Which really may be the answer why I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is creative work and video.
Definitely.
So it was an interesting ride through school. I worked hard. I worked hard to get my grades. Luckily, I passed everything, which was fantastic.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And then went on to doing A levels. Yeah. At Haver in sixth form.
Right.
Which is quite, just round the corner.
So you're a local boy, obviously, Essex boy. Where are you
based in Upminster.
Upminster,
Essex. Yeah, I've been there my whole life.
If anybody doesn't know Upminster, it has been mentioned before because we know a couple of people have been. Katie, Juice HQ.
Yeah, Juice HQ. Yeah, Katie's just round the corner from me. She's lovely.
That's right. Very very local, just outside Romford. So just sort of on the outskirts of outer London, I suppose. I suppose it's classed as.
Outer London. Yeah.
So how? I mean, you were part of the Cubs and Scouts and bits and pieces like that. Did that help? I mean, being active. I mean, did that sort of help with things? I mean, if you were in pain, I mean, how did that work?
Yeah, it was
because that's an active thing, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's a unique balance. Because scouts and stuff is you're inside a hall doing badge work or community work, but then you're kind of going out doing hiking, canoeing, bike riding, all that kind of stuff, physical stuff. Yeah. I think scouts grounded me in a really good way. I met all my best mates there, and we've gone through scouts together. So I met all of my friends in Cubs, which is the 8 years old to 10 years old bracket, and then went on to Scouts together, and so we've grown up together.
Sure. And how Scouts goes on to what age?
Scouts goes on to, I believe it's 15.
Is it? Right,
and then you've got Explorer Scouts, which is just older, a bit more grown up, from 15 to 18. Then you've got Network, 18 to 21. Then you've got to become an adult leader should you choose to, which I have done with my friends. So we go back weekly and run the Cub group and the Scout group.
You do now?
Yeah, so I mean,
so you're active. It's still in.
Still in. Like this weekend, I'm going to a Scout camp to be a leader. Yeah, so get involved, big fires and activities, first aid courses, the lot. Yeah, it's great, and still going to do it. Still love it. Yeah.
And the reason I want to talk about that is because it then brought you to Duke of Edinburgh, and how that was. Now I don't really, genuinely, don't know a great deal. Obviously, we all know about the Duke of Edinburgh Awards and things, but tell me how that happens. I mean, if you're in Cubs and Scouts, and there could be young entrepreneurs that are going to listen to this and understand it as a journey, and there is a benefit to doing things like that. So tell me a little bit about it. Educate me. I've literally no idea.
Sure, I think they're very common. There's a lot of access to them. I know you can go through channels in school. So your school might offer an apprenticeship program. Yeah, I think they're fantastic. I definitely recommend it to anyone who's considering it.
But people like outdoor activities.
Yeah, or I think just a benefit on your CV. Where I've done my Duke of Edinburgh bronze, silver, and gold through Scouts. Yeah, it's provided me with a lot of benefits in terms of where it's taken me through my career. Okay.
In what way?
So having my DOVs on my certificate, which would be my gold, silver, and bronze, and the awards that come alongside it. Yeah. After sixth form, it contributed to getting a job at Google. Right. Which I was there for a year. Yeah. And I think the skills it teaches you, even about map reading, just general life skills like cooking on a fire.
So tell me what you need to do to get a Duke of Edinburgh award.
So DOV, it's you need to do different like modules. So you have like a social, physical, and volunteering module.
Right.
The higher you go in terms of bronze, silver, or gold, the periods get longer.
Okay.
So in bronze, for example, you might have to do 3 months volunteering, whereas in gold you have to do 12.
Right.
Luckily, it worked perfectly with my Cubs and Scout work, so I could do my volunteering there.
Yeah.
And then physical I did in college, for example. I was a part of the college basketball team.
Right.
So I focused 3 months of my time, which was me being a part of the team anyway.
Okay.
Doing physical work, working on myself, becoming a better player, and being a team player.
Uh-huh.
I think they're very focused on the people who do it and encouraging personal development and growth.
Right.
And once you've done that, you have to do an expedition.
Okay.
So the bronze is a small expedition. I believe it's 2 days, 1 night. Might be wrong.
Right.
And then the higher you go up, the more days and the more intense the expedition gets. So for our gold, we went up to the Lake District near Scarfield Pike.
Yeah.
And did a weekend expedition over there. Fantastic, really intense. There was a lot of walking, a lot of mountains.
Yeah.
But, the rewards.
There's a lot of hiking going on in these shows, isn't there? A lot of people doing walking and hiking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd recommend getting outside as much as possible. Yeah, it's just general being healthy. It's great.
Yeah.
And I've done, like I mentioned, I've done that with all my best mates. So rather than doing it and thinking, oh, this is really hard. This is really
you've
rubbish.
got some camaraderie.
We've got so many memories and so many laughs
Yeah.
out of doing our DVs and scouts and stuff together.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's list as long as my arm. It's been brilliant. 100% recommend it.
And you think that doing that is definitely contributed to helping towards, and there's a little bit of a story there, isn't there, going into the Google.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to take a very, very quick break,
Yeah,
and let's go into that afterwards, yeah?
Absolutely,
Cool,
let's do it.
Cool. Time goes quickly, doesn't it?
That was slightly short.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah, super fast.
So we're like 12, 13, 14 minutes, were we?
God, is it that?
Already?
13 minutes already?
Yeah, that's
Bloody
like,
hell.
Just over 13. So the two was at 12:55.
oh, so you lied, didn't you?
No, the two
Yeah,
was
you lied. You put
12:55,
two fingers up. Next time I'm going to go like that.
Sometimes it takes you about 10 hours to look round and notice that I'm doing this.
Yeah. We need
When you're
what I need is a little digital
Yes.
clock. And I'll take no fucking notice of that either.
You have to have an alarm that just dumps like water over you. It's like, oh yeah, it's time. Right, come on.
See, I suppose if we're doing that, then we need a little bit longer on the next one.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We got no fucking rules here. We
Are
make
you
our own
gonna
rules
talk
up.
Talk about Gambia.
Yeah, I'll definitely talk about Gambia.
Yeah?
Massive
Did you hear
part of
about
scouting.
Did I hear about Gambia?
When Alex mentioned Gambia, what he did.
Yeah, so
Only when you briefly
sorry.
mentioned that you went with your cousins.
So we went through scouts, and our scout group has been connected with a scout group out in Bassay.
You get
the lower region.
twinned with them, do you?
Yeah, almost. But we go out there and when we went out there, we rebuilt a maternity ward, hospital.
Did you?
Solar panels, yeah, the lot, yeah. Teaching
Very
schools.
fucking cool. When was that?
That was in 2018.
Right.
Best 10 days, 2 weeks of my life. It was life changing.
Wow.
Really eye opening as well. And we've done 4 trips. So I think the 3rd trip they put solar panels up in the hospital.
Right.
Because the nurses and the women who were actually delivering the babies would have to deliver babies in complete darkness with their phone in their mouth with their flashlight on.
Holy fucking shit.
No, I'm serious.
This
yeah.
is the thing to talk about. This
So-
is brilliant. I love
so
that.
when
That's a great story.
So when we went out there the 3rd time, they put solar panels up, and since then
Are you still recording, by the way?
Yeah.
the increase in
Hi.
the increase in life
Yeah.
just grew. Mothers and their children
Yeah.
grew because they can actually see what they're doing. And
Wow.
we just want to bring more. Yeah, light does help, and we rebuilt their maternity ward. They used to have a building about the same size as this actually.
Yeah.
Bit bigger. They just used to chuck all their crap in it.
Really?
Bricks, you name it, cement.
Right.
So we've just cleaned the whole thing out to give beds because the mothers would have to give birth.
Yeah.
And then just sit there. They didn't have another separate room to.
Let's hold that there. Then let's talk about that because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
So
it's special.
we're talking about the
DV. Was it
DV. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've gone up to sort of where are we now? Just before that.
Yeah, it was about Google area, wasn't it?
Yeah, but so Google was our. So when did you do Google?
So I did Google September 2017, and
Okay.
I did Gambia in the summer of that year.
Okay.
So
okay,
that could.
So yeah. Okay, so D of E to that.
Yeah.
So anybody that's watching this and watching this back, as you can see, we fucking wing it here.
Yeah.
But I think this is the ability we have in this show, and I think I think it is, you know, and I think
being flexible and versatile.
Absolutely. I mean, I try to do something more structured in the early days and fucking bin them off, you know. But this sort of works really well, natural, and you just get. I'm genuinely interested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Huh?
I want to hear about Gambia.
Yeah.
I want to hear about how George was as well. Because I could not imagine my cousin going.
I've got a funny picture to show you actually.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Anyway.
But yeah. So you're getting to go. Where's the camera? Which one are we on?
We're on you.
We're on me. So so you're getting to see some of the background stuff that's going to go on, and we're going to carry on recording in a second. The podcast, which is what audio wise, all you'll sort of hear. How you find it so far, dude?
It's been brilliant. Yeah, really good.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice, all right. Well, let's crack a lack on.
Crack on. Yeah. Let's do it.
Crack a jack. Yeah, whatever.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I love it when you count down like that, Joel. We're back. It's Elliot Browne, Essex Business Radio, here with Alex Lane, ALVM Videography. Yes, mate. So Duke of Edinburgh, you and the Google link.
Yes.
A great little segue, as it's called in media, I believe. I think I might be picking some segue media shit up here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So where were you when the whole Google thing sort of came?
So I had my third interview at Google.
Yeah.
And that was the actual day of my start of my expedition for my DV Gold. So all my mates were driving up to the Lake District. And I thought I've got this opportunity.
And you're what age is this? Stage?
18.
18.
So I'm thinking, right, I've got to be in 2 places at once. How is this going to happen?
Yeah.
Luckily, my dad's a hero, and I went to my interview at
Well
Google.
done, Dad.
Yeah, well done, Dad. And he drove me after I finished my interview all the way up to the Lake District, dropped me off so I could start my expedition at exactly the same time as everyone else.
You're a lucky guy to have a dad that good.
100%. Yeah, didn't get enough recognition for that. He was a hero of the weekend that weekend.
Yeah.
Because I managed to get both things, luckily. And I told my rep through my apprenticeship scheme, you're going to have to email me. I'm doing my DV. I've got no phone.
So let's take a step back on that. So you told me about this before we started recording. It wasn't Google that were sort of taking you on as an apprenticeship directly. It's outsourced to a company that deal with that, right?
Yeah. So you've got an apprenticeship.
Just in case people want to get involved with Google. Because we all know how cool Google is.
Absolutely. It's an incredible company. But they have apprenticeship schemes, but they have an apprenticeship company hire the apprentices through them for Google.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely recommend looking into apprenticeships there. Fantastic.
Well, there must be so many different opportunities within Google.
There's so many. They're very hard to get in.
I think it's just about to hit. Is it 1 trillion? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Fucking hell.
The growth is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very difficult to get in. I know they're very particular, but they're very focused on the people.
Yeah, you're just bigging yourself up now, aren't you? They're really particular. Yeah, but I just fucking breezed.
I didn't breeze it. I found out that you couldn't get into Google unless you had a degree.
Right.
And our apprenticeship scheme was lucky because they were looking for people without a degree.
Oh, right.
But the reason why I say they're particular is don't get so focused up on the grades.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say don't work hard in your GCSEs and A-levels. Really work hard, get the grades you work for.
Yeah.
But I found out after a couple of months they're more focused on the person and not what grades you've got. Because I passed my GCSEs, I passed my A-levels. A-levels not too great, but I found out they're more focused on your growth and how you're going to bring something to the team and how you're going to help develop what's already there. Which I feel very lucky for, because if it was for my grades, I wouldn't have been there.
Right, okay.
Because I think you needed
fair comment.
B's. B's across the board, and I didn't get that at all. I was nowhere near getting B's at A-levels. So I felt very lucky. Extraordinary year. Yeah, it was fantastic.
So there you are, near Scarfell Pike. Waiting for some sort of response from Google. No fucking no signal.
None at all. It was
of course, middle of nowhere,
mountains. It was nothing. And I was allowed my phone for 5 minutes each night to check because I wasn't too sure when I was going to get the email or call. And there it is, the email titled subheading Google. So I thought, okay, right, this is it. I wonder what it is. And the email didn't load.
Right.
I'm walking around in circles for about 15 minutes going load, like refreshing it. And finally it popped up, and they told me I got one out of 7 positions, which was amazing. It was just
sevens again. Sevens.
No, you're right. Yeah, sevens. It was a cherry on the top that weekend.
Yeah,
it was special, really good.
And so getting into Google, you said before we started recording and we were having a little chat. Yeah. I'd like to say in the green room, but it's not a green room; it's the other side of it. We'll call it the green room for this. That you were semi expecting it to be quite a corporate environment, right? Yes. And I think we all sort of pretty well know these days that it's not. And Google are sort of quite famous for their very relaxed sort of their attitude with the working, and their ethics.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was it like? What was it like in Google? Is it your coloured chairs and ping pong tables, and is it like that? What's it like?
Yes.
Where was the office?
My office was in Tottenham Court Road.
Okay.
They have 3 offices in London, one in Victoria, one in King's Cross. That one's incredible, and one in Tottenham Court Road.
Right.
But like you mentioned, the environment's very different to what you expect. I knew bits about Google, but not loads. Mm-hmm. So going in, I wasn't expecting to see people in shorts and casual clothing, shirts and jeans and
flip-flops.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to be very corporate, very switched on. This is Google we're talking about.
Yeah.
But you kind of walk around some of the floors and they've got ball pits where you can go chill, and they have dog days where you can bring your dogs
pits?
in. Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
literally.
Not massive ones, but you can have meetings in a ball pit. Yeah, we'd go sit there and have your feet in the ball pit talking about.
I'd like that. I'd like an adult ball pit. I must admit,
brilliant. It's good laugh. Like we used to, you go
not
in there.
Not for those reasons, producer Joel. That's sticking. That's sticking now, don't you?
Joel. I've already been on the Instagram today with my haircut.
Yeah,
looking fresh.
Producer Joel.
Producer Joel's getting his hair done.
Well-renowned producer.
Yeah, sticks. Yeah, producer Joel.
So pretty cool. You enjoyed your time there. How long were you with Google?
I was there for just about a year. I'll call it September to September.
Yeah.
Very, very good. It was eye-opening. I got to meet so many important people that are really like making strides in like the digital world.
Yeah.
Some really high up people. We managed to get a meeting with Matt Britton.
Right. Okay.
For those who don't know, he's one of the I'd say 4 top people in Google. He's such a big deal.
Right.
And we managed to have a 45-minute breakfast meeting with him, which was eye-opening. I remember telling my manager was like, "What? You've got a 45-minute breakfast meeting with Matt Britton?" I've been here 25 years and I haven't even
really
got to talk to him. So we were very lucky. We had to make an agenda for the meeting.
Well, of course you would. Yeah.
Just pick his
45
brains.
minutes of his time is going to be worth quite a lot of money. To be honest,
it was a very important time. So. Got to meet some special people and made some amazing contacts that still, I'm still in touch with now, which is really special.
Good, we'll be tapping up for those.
Please do. Yeah, I've got contacts. Yeah.
But and during your that year at Google, you had quite an interesting trip, I believe.
Yeah.
To a far away place. Well, tell us a little bit about that, which was with the Scouts.
Yeah,
right?
It was with Scouts. Yeah.
Okay.
So the project is called GISP, which is not Google. Bloody hell! About Google too much.
You see.
It's Gambia Hornchurch International Scout Project.
Okay.
It's been running for
so it's the Gambia
Hornchurch International Scout Project.
Okay.
It's been running for a series of years now, but we go every 4.
Yeah.
And we went back in 2018, which was my first trip.
Uh-huh.
Some people have been, several times.
Yeah.
Our main goal out there is to engage with the local community in Gambia, in a town or village, in fact, called Basse.
Right.
Which I believe is the furthest village in Gambia.
Right.
Gambia is sandwiched between 2 countries.
Yep.
And we were all the way in the far end. And we've had a contact with that scout group out there, their local community, for several years now.
Yeah.
Our goal as networkers, which is the older group of scouts, which is everyone who's over 18.
Okay.
There was about 15 of us, I'd say. Yeah. Our main project was to refurbish a maternity ward, which was connected to the hospital.
Amazing.
Which was such a rewarding trip. Really hard work. The humidity and heat out there was just... And food, in fact, was unbearable. But it was hard to work in.
And you're out there with friends, and it's such a small world that you didn't know producer Joel, did you?
But I didn't know producer Joel, but I know someone he's related to.
Yeah, and you're out there with producer Joel's cousins.
Producer Joel's cousin.
Producer Joel's cousin. Yeah, George.
Mate, I fucking get used to it. It's sticking.
Do
you like it?
Producer Joel.
You've got to change your Instagrams and socials to producer.
Actually, I'm not being funny. You probably have now. Yeah. We've just created something new. This evening feels like this is the 17th. Would you believe this is the 17th we've done?
Podcast that's going to go live.
This is a milestone for me personally, actually for Essex Business Radio, because this is the point where we really put it out there.
Brilliant.
So congratulations for coming in.
Cheers to that. With our water.
Yeah. Mate, we're gonna have a drink next time, aren't we?
Absolutely.
But yeah. So you're out there with 1 or 2 of
one of
One of them,
producer Joel's relatives, and essentially all my best mates.
Who I've but Joel was quite intrigued because he was going. He can't imagine. Is it George? Is it
George? Yeah, I can't imagine George.
Hi, George. He's definitely going to be, because I know he does keep an eye on my social and stuff actually, which is hence why we sort of
that's the reason why I found you on Instagram.
Exactly. But you were saying, weren't you, Joel, that you were surprised about him sort of going there, or you just can't imagine him doing it?
Yeah, picking up a brick. I just wouldn't think he'd do it.
No,
I don't think he'd pick up just one fucking brick. You don't go to Gambia and go, I have a brick. And you go,
so much more.
I couldn't imagine him doing things like, but good luck. Well done.
George, all the boys we dug in.
So you were saying about a room. There was a room that they literally just it was like, I'm assuming it was like a shack, was it?
No, it was a building. So it was a developed building. Full structure. It had toilets and some showers in it. However, completely dysfunctional.
So why on earth did they let it go to just shove crap into it?
I don't really know, but I've just got a feeling they've got a problem with kind of making sure something kind of fits in a certain place, so they'll just dump it, and I think that's okay to leave it there. Whereas
but obviously it was useful space.
It was very useful space, so they won't
use it. What sort of area are we talking? How big is this room?
The building was 8 rooms. 8 rooms big. So
wow.
It was
unused.
Completely unused. Yeah, it was. There was nails.
That's madness. I mean, honestly, in a country like that, where it's a developing, underdeveloped, and developing country, you'd have thought that they would have made use of that. But I mean, thank Christ you had that.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we knew the building was there.
Yeah, prior
to, so we knew that was our goal. Because the hospital and maternity ward, it's all in like one little pocketed area, but the buildings are actually connected.
Okay.
And as sad as it is to say, the mothers were giving birth in complete darkness at one time, and the nurses were having phones in their mouth as a torch.
Just so they can see what they're doing.
Just to deliver a baby.
It does make you realise how lucky we are in the developed sort of world, doesn't it?
The gratitude you come home with is like nothing I've ever felt before.
Wow. Kudos, but fair play to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Not the last trip, but the trip before, they installed solar panels, and we basically did a maintenance on those. The trip that I went on, and just refurbed the whole building. So George and myself and the rest of the team, we refurbed all the rooms. New walls. One of my best mates is into plumbing and electricity, like Sparky, so he did all the plumbing.
And what was your skill set there?
My one was like doing the ceilings. Would you believe it?
Okay.
And I was just kind of mucking in and doing bits
and whatever needed doing. Yeah.
So
I mean, not being first, but the more hands, I mean, it makes it easier.
There were certain people that specialised in certain trades, so they kind of stuck with those. So the plumbing, and the electricians did that work because they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then I was doing bits of everything, knocking down walls, kind of knocking down windows out.
Yeah.
Just helping out as much as we could.
And your humidity was pretty, so you're sweating like fuck.
Yeah, it was like 25 degrees at 7 in the morning.
Any dodgy like insects or anything to worry about? Anything like that? I mean,
I had more jabs before that trip than I've ever had in my life.
How long before did you have to have the jabs and stuff?
Months.
Did you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you name it. I was on malaria tablets for 1 week before. The 2 weeks they were out there, and a week after, constantly having to take them.
And I learned the hard way, and in not taking stuff. I mean, I went to Bangalore in India, right?
Sure.
Nothing like this, right? Obviously, this was a business trip a few years ago now, and I had my jabs very late because it was a bit of a late trip. Basically, it was a sort of let's go and do this. Had to do it for business reasons, another story. But ended up going there and didn't really have things early enough, and ended up picking up a thing called Giardia.
Oh.
Right, which is a parasite that buries itself into your lower intestines. It literally makes you shit water for months. It's really difficult to get rid of.
Awful, yeah.
So I mean, one thing to learn from this is definitely fucking take those things
in
advance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And lots of people want to do this as well. I mean, people take gap years and bits and pieces, and they go and do these things and help out like that. I think it's what a great thing to do. How long were you out there then?
I was out there for 11 days. The whole trip was 14.
Right.
But, it just kind of worked with one of my other friends who was going out slightly later because of his university and my actual job at Google.
Yeah. And Google were pretty cool with this, I'm sure. Or did you take it as holiday?
No, I had to take it as holiday.
Yeah.
But Google actually have a foundation that encourages you to do this. I think they actually donate over 6 figures a year to organisations and
well, they would do, of course,
and
they
stuff
would.
that actually promote doing stuff like this in countries like that. They're very when I told people that I actually did a presentation to I think the whole of my office, UK remit about my trip.
Yeah, you would do. Of course you would. What a great thing to talk about.
It's such an important thing to talk about. Just raising awareness and getting more people out there.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend it, whether you can do it through school. I know a lot of schools go to Uganda. And other countries like that. I'd absolutely recommend it.
Yeah.
At first, telling your mum and dad, I'm going to go out to Africa to, teach children and kind of rebuild schools and stuff. I think, God, it's really intense. But in a selfish way, you get so much fulfillment out of it because you're helping in a community and the growth they're going to get out of it. We also built a scout hall for them that their long-term run is to help them make money from it so they can hire the area out.
Okay.
So our next project for 2022 will be to basically elevate what's there.
Right.
Put a building in that actual place to have toilets and overnight campsites essentially so they can make money and
Mate, I mean, fair play to you for doing that. That's so amazing that there's me going, Cubs, Scouts wasn't my thing, but, joining something like that could take you on a journey to go and see places like that and pay something forward and help people that, are far less fortunate than we are in our part of the modern world. It's, fair play to you to do that.
Thank you. It was,
and opens your eyes and you're right, to what's going on out there as well.
See the world as well. I think you get...
Listen, you see it on television, don't you? Yeah. Experiencing it's a different fucking thing, isn't it?
I think you get caught in a bubble of your world, and that's fine. You're doing your work, you're doing this, and you get caught in your life, and it's important to bounce outside of that bubble and see what's going on and giving back. I think when you give back, it just comes back to you in like really, really good ways, natural ways. And I'm still in contact with the people out there. I'm going back in another couple of years. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I come back, I was just like, when's the next trip?
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
Very cool.
I would recommend it to anyone.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And did you take put a lot of photos and things when you were out there? Yeah. And did you sort of document what you were doing when you were going through the process of the 10, 11, 12 days?
Yeah. So as a videographer, I was the head of one of the media teams. So one of the three of us. I took all my cameras, my drones out there, and I've actually done a video on the actual trip.
Very cool.
Which I believe is on my social media account, but I'll show you after.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I'm really fortunate to be able to document it because that's one thing with GISP, we need eyes. We need people to see it for funding.
Yeah.
And to raise awareness about what we're doing. Which is where I come in and the team come in as media to do marketing and really get the word out there of what we're doing.
Sure.
Because we do fundraisers throughout the year to raise money.
You must. You have to. I mean, it's not a cheap thing to fly out there, is it?
Not just. I think we pay for the flights, but I think we raise a certain amount of money for a borehole. So they've actually got fresh running water in the village,
which is a big problem.
Which they never had.
Yeah.
And I think that wasn't cheap. But the fundraising goes towards that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing people don't see. I think, well, I'm putting £30 in a pot, but where's it going?
Yeah.
And it's going to making sure these mothers have solar panels on their hospital so they can actually have a baby safe and having fresh water in their local community. Light,
I'm not being funny. Here we are. We've got bloody lights in here. We've got glass of water. We take it all for granted, don't we? It does bring it. It's very humbling, mate. You're actually humbling me to this evening. So you'd already gone down the sort of path of doing the videography and stuff like that before, around the Google. So when did that sort of start? I mean, we'll talk about this after a little break in a second because we can have a little refresh, a little top up of water. But let's talk about that because I think we sort of missed a little bit there. I'm quite interested. So, but what a great journey on that side, mate. And well, we're going to be keeping in touch anyway and stuff. But listen, let's have a quick break. And top the water up. And we're back in 2. Nice. Interesting.
It was brilliant trip. Yeah, George did muck in. I've got quite a few pictures of him actually. Doing bricks. It was a good laugh. And it's a funny picture.
Just holding a brick.
Yeah.
He's got one brick.
I couldn't imagine him moving bricks around.
No, you mucked in.
He'll play with his steak a bit.
But that'd be like you. But it's like you can't imagine yourself doing it, can you? But you'd be surprised when you know what? I think when you go to do certain things, you're surprised that we're not particularly empathetic, are we? We take the piss a lot and stuff like that. But if I go back, fucking hell. I mean, it was in my teens. My father. I don't speak to my father anymore, but my father was in Round Table.
Right.
And I remember going a couple of times when they take Down syndrome kids to like the zoo or to a fucking amusement park and stuff like that. things like that always stay with me because I remember going out for the day and experiencing that, and sort of understanding that there's personalities. I don't mean this. I don't mean this politically incorrect that they wouldn't have a personality, but at an age where I was probably
you don't understand
14, you don't necessarily. I think probably we understand a lot more now because we didn't really. They weren't necessarily. I said they. I don't mean that. This is probably the wrong way of putting it, but. People that have challenging difficulties are way more accepted into public life now. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't, unless we go back fucking 30 years ago, not necessarily the same. So, okay, totally different to what you've done, but it does open your eyes up. It makes you less judgmental. And I'm so unjudgmental, right? I accept everything. I may take the piss, but I'd take the piss out of everybody. Uniformly wherever they are.
Comedy's important though. You get lightheartedness. I mean, going on that, I've been quite fortunate. I say quite fortunate. My brother's autistic, so I'm actually familiar with that.
Well, I got together with somebody that had an autistic son fucking 2 years ago, and lived with it for 6 months. So I fully. How far on the spectrum is he?
Not too far. He's got auditory processing disorder and something else, but he's come along. Does
he stim a lot? Does he?
No, he's absolutely fantastic.
Okay, so he
went through. I think went through a phase when he was younger. He hit secondary school and he's just blossomed. He's been absolutely brilliant, and his focus, because with autism you kind of on things that you kind of aren't so good at. There's something you're really good at.
Of course there is.
His thing is art.
Right.
So his drawings are incredible.
And that happens a lot. The creative side is definitely there. It's almost like they don't have control on that sort of more of the analytical side, but the creative side is fucking
been
there.
He's been absolutely fantastic.
You're obviously close to your brother.
I am now. Our relationship wasn't. I'm saying our relationship it was bad. It wasn't ever bad. It was he just keeps himself to himself, which is fine. Like I keep myself to himself. But since he's got older, he's become more chatty. He's just wants to interact with more people. He goes out by himself now. Like you wouldn't have thought he'd be doing that, but he does, and it's fantastic. He's doing great. Thank you. Yeah, he's
it's interesting. I never really sort of knew a lot about it before I got together with somebody. And,
I think that's fine unless you're exposed to it. You don't.
Well, you don't. You don't. No, you don't understand it, and now I do. I mean, I understand it very well. I mean, because I suppose in a situation like that, you want to understand, so you sort of learn and you pick things up, and then you see things, and now. I can spot people that are definitely on the spectrum. Normal, everyday people that have particular habits and certain things they do. You go, do you know what? I can see that you're slightly different, but it's not different, different. So you've got an ability. It's not a disability. You have an ability over and above.
Absolutely.
We've all got disabilities in certain ways, and we all have abilities. But I think there's a strength there. It's interesting. It's an interesting subject, I find, to be honest. Okay. How old's your brother?
He's turning 18 in February. So quite strange. It's just weird because I've always seen him as little brother Dan, and now he's 18 and he's nearly looking at me in the eye like that. So,
weird. So he's tall as well. Is he?
He's about probably say he's pushing 6'4" now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So where'd you get height from, you guys?
Mainly Dad, but Mum. Well, I say both of them. Mum's 5'11".
Okay. Okay. So your mum's pretty tall then.
Yeah, my nan's 6 out of tallest. She's probably shrunk a little bit now. She was 6'1".
Your nan?
Yeah, my nan. Yeah.
Wow.
On my dad's side's my tall side. My mum's side is I've got like a little nan. She's like cute and.
Oh really? So you got one extreme to the other.
Yeah. So very tall nan, really small nan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's probably a combination of both my parents, and I've just gone straight up in the middle.
And you're English background completely.
I
don't know Dutch in you or anything.
I don't know where it all goes, kind of all the way down the family tree, but I assume so.
Yeah.
Might be wrong. Might go a bit further, French or something. Who knows? But.
So his nan is 6'1".
Yeah, tallest. Yeah.
That's tall.
Yeah.
Dutch.
No, and I literally just said, "Do you have any Dutch in your family?" Isn't that funny?
No. You two are so alike.
Fuck off. Hi, Nan. Cool.
Okay, right, let's get ready to rumble again.
Hey? What?
Rumble.
In the jungle.
Rumble
in the jungle.
Right, okay. This is Elliot Browne.
You get thirsty when you do this.
Yeah.
Funny, isn't it? I'm not being funny, fucking talk all fucking day, but just start doing this and you do get like a dry mouth sometimes.
Yeah, it's nice.
Better have a glass of vodka. No, I actually wouldn't. I'll be drinking it too quick. I'd be fucking hammered, wouldn't you? I'd be hammered by the I'd drink fast enough as it is. But like, I get really thirsty.
Yeah. Let's keep picking a drink up.
Oh my God. We would be laddered.
Yeah. We'd be laying back like this.
Yeah.
Having a little
Fuck
nap.
it.
Yeah. We're having a break to have a nap.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a really good countdown again.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can if you want to, yeah. If you like your countdown, yeah.
Well, how else do you know it started?
Well, you don't. You still recording the video, or did you stop it?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's
We're still going. Oh, okay.
I have a confession to make.
What?
The first minute didn't catch
Of?
the video.
Oh, don't worry about that.
So I missed your really good introduction, which it was good today, actually.
Ah, you missed it. On the video? Oh, you got it on the audio though, didn't you?
Of course, yeah.
Don't fucking worry about that. I'm going to go with that for now on. I was having a little think about it. I thought, because these are going out, and we want it to be a global thing, so that's the best way, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, High Friends, but I don't really fucking like that High Friends.
You're
There's
not
a few.
friends of any of them, really.
Well, they're all my friends. I'm friends with everybody. I'm just friends.
Elliot.
I'm just like a global friend.
Don't lie.
All right, wait a second. Let me check this out. Check this out in a second.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, global friends. Anybody who's watching has been watching on YouTube, they'll know that we were just talking about that. But I'm friends with the globe. We're friends with everybody,
Friends
aren't
with
we?
everyone.
We're friends with everyone.
Be good to everyone.
Everyone's a friend
100%.
until they do you wrong.
Yeah.
And then they're just a bad friend. It's Elliot Browne here, Essex Business Radio with Alex Lane. Mate, yeah, I mean, for a guy that's young, entrepreneurial, you've done some pretty interesting stuff so far. Things I haven't done, and can't imagine that I would necessarily do that in a. But maybe I'd consider going to Gambia
absolutely.
and doing things like that. Who knows? Who knows where things might take us? But yeah, so I want to know about. You had an interest in photography, obviously, before. I mean, so when did that sort of come in? Your interest in photography and videography, because you said you just unloaded to me. You know, unload to me. That's wrong. But don't hold your head, producer Joel. But you took your drones as well. So you went to Gambia, and this is like a year and a half ago. Drones, cameras, video. So where did this love come from? When did this start?
Yeah, it's come a long way. I never started off with all the eququipment, but
well, obviously not.
My
how would you going to go? Fuck, where did that come from?
All of a sudden, but I started off with a 10th birthday present, which was a camera. So I started taking just not ordinary pictures that went out and about.
Yeah. What sort of camera was that?
I think it was like a digital camera you could buy from Argos.
Okay.
I think it was like £50-60 present.
Okay.
Really good camera. And then it just went in the cupboard for a couple of years and never really saw much of it.
Right.
And then I saw
a cupboard with a hole in it.
Yeah, it's something like that. And then the GoPro.
I don't know what I mean by that. Yeah, but yeah, carry on.
I just. Was clocked.
And the GoPro, great piece of kit.
GoPro came out, and I asked one for my 16th birthday. And Mum and Dad were great. They very kindly bought me one, and then I took it on holiday, and that's where the video side came in.
Okay.
And then it kind of just grew from there, doing holiday films. If I did a hike with my friends or whatever, I just record it and edit something little.
So what do you do with the GoPro? Stick it on a strap, like chest strap or something like that.
Got, your head mounts. You can attach to your like climbing helmets, chest straps, selfie sticks, stuff like that. So when you're snorkeling on holiday, it's perfect for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I got my car and saved up my car insurance. And once I paid that off, I then bought this camera here.
Yeah.
With the rest of the money, which was my first big investment.
Yeah.
And then my first pay pack from Google, I decided to buy a drone.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
It would be a good bit of kit to have, and it's done me really well in the business as well. So both really great investments, and that's where it's just developed, and it just happened naturally.
So it was more of a hobby to start off with.
Exactly
that sort of turned out to be a business. Now, so when you went to Gambia, did that sort of open up the sort of an idea? Did you sort of go I'm going to take it there? Had you started doing bits and pieces sort of almost professionally before that, or for family or do or something like that? Did you do anything like that?
Yeah, I suppose exactly like that. So just like little friends and family, small.
Have you got small? Just because you're fucking tall,
everyone's
don't call everybody little friends.
Everyone's my friend. Everyone's my friend.
Yeah, but they're all little friends.
Little friends. But yeah, small projects. Family stuff, and then Gambia happened in the year of my apprenticeship. That was a good 2 weeks out of that in the summertime. And that was my first big project.
Sounds like that's a turning point, Gambia, for a lot of reasons.
Absolutely, because I got to do it every day. I was hands on with the camera, recording all the Gambian scouts and all the adults and what we were doing as a project.
Yeah,
and then it kind of developed from there. And approaching the end of my apprenticeship, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give myself a year going into the business side of things and go, I'm going to try my business of doing videography for a year. If it doesn't work, I can say I've tried it and I've gone for it and I've given it my everything. Because I didn't want to regret not doing it. I didn't want to get 10 years down the line and go, I wish I did try it.
Yeah, sure.
Which is why I'm here now. I've done my first year on October the 1st, 2019, and I'll keep going. And it's been the clients I've had, the variety. I've been flown out to different places around the world. It's been fantastic. Yeah,
very cool.
And that's where it's all stemmed from. Just a little hobby with a GoPro, and now it's my business.
And and big plans for this year. I mean, where are you looking to take things? I mean, so you do a lot of corporate stuff.
Yes.
Some of the things you've done when you've gone abroad. I mean, where have you been? What have you been doing?
So I've been to Malaga. Malaga's my main place.
I love Malaga.
It's beautiful.
I lived in sort of Malaga province when I was in my your age, to be fair.
It's a beautiful island. I've done it's actually through one of my main clients. They have educators come in. They're a financial company in London,
right?
And I do event work for them. So they have speakers come in, and I go around and record their events for their marketing purposes.
Right. Okay.
So through that, I've been able to travel to Malaga, and then hopefully there's some scope to travel around Europe. Later on this year, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed for. I've got some great ideas for the company as well, and just see where we can develop it. And I think the great thing about being a creative and doing videography, especially, every little video is going to be different. Like, I might have my own stamp on a video and say this is how I edit. This is how I produce.
Of course.
But the beauty is, it might, the palm trees might be different one day, or there's always going to be something new to record. And where you can develop your ideas to become stronger.
So the drone side of things, I'll tell you, obviously have to do your license and stuff more recently.
All registered and stuff. So I don't use
it. It's a skill, because I mean, a friend of mine has got a drone. He does a bit of drone sort of photography and stuff like that. But I've seen some pretty bad sort of photography done with drones. So there is a skill set. It's not like just pop your drone up there and film. It's just not. It's not that simple, is it, to make it look good as well?
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice, and you do the right courses and stuff. And I mean, I bought mine for like personal reasons at first, and I don't actually get to use it as much as I'd like.
Well, we'll sort that out. I've got some ideas.
Yeah, I absolutely love using it. It's a fantastic bit of kit. Luckily, it actually flies itself.
Right.
You've just got to be the responsible one, kind of committing to all the drone laws and stuff. Making sure you're staying within the laws, and it's a great bit of kit.
So I've thought about this doing something here. So I think maybe we'll have a little chat about this.
Sure,
but we're at the back here. We're very, very lucky here in the heart of what is this, North Essex, East Essex? I don't fucking, where are we?
Beautiful
North
place.
Essex.
Yeah, let's call it North Essex.
And right, we've got fields, we've got greenery at the back, and I sort of fancied having sort of a drone thing come down. You sort of see these, and it sort of comes down and then sort of comes into here, and you've got that sort of entrance. And I think I'd love to do something like that with you, because I've got a bit of an idea, and I'm sure you've got a creative mind, and I know you have. Maybe we should have a little look at and create something and be cool together.
It'd be great.
We'll have a little play with that when the weather's changed.
When it's sunny
at the moment.
No, it's miserable, isn't it? It's cold.
Mate. It's going to hit. Here we are in the UK, and if people are going to be listening around the world, we've got it's cold. It's
7 degrees, maybe.
Mate, it's not good, is it? Yeah. But our friends in LA at the moment are getting it's colder.
Is it?
Yeah. They're always bloody laughing at me when there's shit here and it's nice and sunny over there. So we can laugh at them.
Yeah, they've got it too. They're not the only ones.
So on this side, the skill set to do photography, and I think this has really changed quite a lot. In over the last couple of years, and I know a celebrity photographer, in fact, that has definitely found it a lot more difficult. And I think when you're taking pictures of people, that's celebrities, that's a difficult market now. It used to be a lot easier, but I'm not being funny. It's not too difficult to get the old screen snap on a bloody decent phone these days.
Your phones now are so accessible, and the cameras are so good.
Well, I've got the 11. 11 Pro Max, mate. It's fucking unbelievable. This thing.
HD and some. It's an incredible phone. Camera, in fact.
But obviously you edit and you produce as well, and you're pretty creative on what you do for creating for people, and you've got to make these things stand out for businesses, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just as simple as just doing a photo. And I think sometimes people are a bit polished on sort of Facebook and stuff like that. But LinkedIn, there's a big movement on LinkedIn to have a lot of polished photography and stuff like that on there. Where do you tend to do a lot of your work and a lot of your sort of images and work gets posted and stuff like that? Where do you when does it tend to get used?
So Most of the stuff is for like social media campaigns. I've actually done a few television campaigns. I've had a video for a client that was up on an American TV show and a UK TV show.
Right.
Other stuff, it can be for websites or just general marketing resources. If you want to target more audiences and engage with more people, we'll create a 30-second ad, for example, of an event that you can then post for future content.
Right.
I like focusing on social media as well. Social media is so powerful. Everyone should be using it. If you're not,
it's a big tool. It's a big tool if it's used right, for sure.
Absolutely. And just doing, it might be like Instagram stories or 30-second promos on Instagram, because you can hashtag, you can get it all organically and get a really nice following and engagement from that. And that's what I like to focus myself on, because you can be as creative as you like. There's no kind of other than, of course, if you've got a business that has got some rules that when you get the brief and you get the project scoped out, you also stay within those goalposts. But in between that, I've been very fortunate. My clients let me be as flexible, so they'll throw out all their ideas, and I'll take all the ideas and say, right, this is what we can do within those goalposts, and then create the best bit of content we can. And I always like to keep the client in the loop with the project. So revisions, for example, I'll do an edit, send them a revision. If they don't like it, absolutely we'll change it. And that's how we can get the best content out.
And what do you tend to have a sort of a particular type of business that you work with? Is there a particular industry or anything like that, or it's just sort of across the board?
Well, it's also varied, actually. I've done some corporate work, event work, like I said, TV work, augmented reality.
Oh, really?
Juice HQ, in fact, we've done some work with them.
Augmented reality, if people don't know, AR, it's been around for quite a while.
It has, but it's interesting.
And it's starting to get used a lot more by some smart people, right? So tell us a little bit about the augmented reality side.
So it was there's a company called Models, and they have developed an app where you have a book, and using their app, the book comes to life. It's for children. It's fantastic. And they did a collaboration project with Disney Pixar for Toy Story 4. And they reached out to me, and I was brought on board to do some video work for them, which was the TV work. So they advertise on television, social media, and we did a little advert. And using the app, we did some like screen recordings. You got Buzz Lightyear popping out of the book. And that was, I was exposed to AR in Google, so I knew pretty much quite a little bit about it. They were developing their own products. But seeing it in use in an app through another business was fantastic. And being brought on that project was really, really great as well. We got to work with some fantastic children actors. And the output, I think, was really great, and their product's fantastic.
It's pretty cool. I can't remember The Rock was in it. What was that film that he was in? We had the massive gorilla and stuff like that.
King Kong.
No, fucking
it's
King
one with
Kong.
a dinosaur in it as well.
No. It was.
It's the white albino gorilla.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
it's called George, and I can't remember.
It's called Giganti or so. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I can't remember what it's called.
Great film though.
Producer Joel, give us a Google. But in that they released an app. And you could literally have have him sort of climbing around the walls and stuff like that, because my 10-year-old downloaded it and did that. So literally he'll be in here and he's got this fucking massive gorilla, like you're looking at it there, like climbing around the walls and stuff. Rampage, that's it. Which was just one of those sort of silly sort of big films, wasn't it? It was good. I thought it was quite good. It was a good film. So I've seen that, and I looked at this a good few years ago when there's some of that, like Ford were using it for some of their sort of presentations and stuff like that. I don't know, it's massively mainstream just yet. It's got its own applications.
Quite niche.
It is a bit niche, isn't it?
It's very, very unique. I'd say that much.
So the sort of involvement in Google. So I mean, when you're working there, your role at Google and an apprenticeship wise, what did you sort of go through when you were there? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Of course. Luckily, I was able to, as an apprentice, I was able to kind of stretch across loads of different areas. Mainly focused in media marketing, so presenting to big clients, doing pitches, and they'd buy into the Google products, and run their advertising. So it was a lot of media pitches and putting presentations together, but at the same time I was able to say, I want to do a project with YouTube. Can I dip my toe in there? Or I want to do some more sales work. Can I do that? And I was able to be very flexible and stretch myself out, not narrow myself down too much.
Gave you a lot of insight into a lot of things. I mean, being a company at the forefront of virtually everything on the planet.
It was quite scary almost, some of the stuff that in terms of how much data they process.
Oh my god, yeah, I can well imagine. Yeah, well, actually, I can't imagine, to be honest.
They're the biggest search engine.
Yeah,
everyone's going, oh, Google this, Google that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that goes through.
Does anybody actually use anything else other than Google? I don't.
First option in my.
I'm not being funny. I don't think I've ever gone to Yahoo or Bing and search for anything. To be fair,
me likewise. Yeah.
I don't even. Do they still exist? These other guys, Bing and
I wouldn't know.
Yahoo. I'm sure they do. And if they want to contact us and sponsor us and bring their name forward, then by all means contact producer Joel.
Producer Joel, yeah, he is.
A little way from over there. Right, mate, very, very interesting so far. We're going to come back in a second, right? And we're going to... Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm a bit savage.
Good, are you?
Yeah, sometimes. Okay. Well, it depends what mood I'm in.
Well, do you know what? If you really are au fait, I mean, we don't play it properly. We like sort of pick a card and and do it that way. I don't know whether you've used it. But we'll do that in a second. But yeah, just going to back... As somebody would say, who says what I keep saying? Like, back in 3, going for a wee. What's his name? Oh God!
It's coming for a podcast? Or?
No, do you know what? Don't worry about it. But we are. When we're going back, we're going to come back in a second. Fuck it. No, what's his name? Keith Lemon.
Keith Lemon. Oh,
I can't keep saying it back. Doing that because that's his phrase. I can't be nicking other people's phrases.
Unless he's coined it. If he hasn't,
do what you want. What is Emma burning?
Everything.
Emma, what are you burning?
Herself. She'll be running through the office in a minute.
I went in there when I was to top the water up.
Yeah.
She just sat there on the counter with a tub full of chocolates, like dip thing, and just spooning it. I mean, what are you doing? I can't think what to eat.
Last resort.
Oh dear me. Yeah, so we'll do this. So I've never actually played this. This was a box.
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
No, I'm good, mate. Thanks. This was a box that I actually bought a couple of years ago. You go Christmas shopping and buying just a load of bits and pieces that you think, I might give that away, and I never gave it to anybody, and so I think, we'll use it. So when I set this up, I thought, fuck it, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
But yeah. So what? Really, I'm assuming you just hand the cards out as it when you're playing it as a rook. I mean, this is a red box. So I think this is like an add-on box to the game itself. Sure. I genuinely fucking no idea.
Cool. When I played it at the weekend, you have 6 or 7 of these cards. I think it's 7.
Right.
And then, say, Producer Joel, for example, will read out this card. And then you have to go, all right, this card matches the best with that one. I
see.
Yeah? And then afterwards, Producer Joel will read it out and say, blah, blah, blah. And then...
So how does Producer Joel know what? Fucking hell! How does he know what's on those cards? So do you guys sort of read it out?
Yeah. So you read the first one and they've got a blank.
Yeah.
This is the fill in.
Well, I know how it's done.
Whatever the most savage one is, he can then choose what ones he likes, and then the person with the most black cards at the end wins.
I see. Yeah, right. Okay, so we don't do that. We basically just get you to randomly pick a black card, and then how many white cards go with the black card. So just do it like that.
Yeah, I'll go with the flow. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we've got. I think we've got one or 2 or 3 spaces, and then just basically randomly. So whatever cards you do, just see what happens.
See what happens. Cool.
So that's how we tend to work it. Yeah.
Brilliant. How savage is this? The first time someone's played? Or?
No, we do it on every one.
How savage have people been?
Well, it's not been too bad so far. We've had big. Well, yeah.
Toasters.
Big black. Yeah, fucking toasters. Come up a couple of times.
What was it?
Big black cock and big black dick.
I had one that was quite good. Like gorillas wanted double penetration. But they're fun. This is,
it's just a little. Yeah, it's just a little. I mean, somebody called it something. It's something you actually do. I didn't realise that people did things like that. I thought it was just a fun thing to put in. But Paul Mumford was sort of saying, because you think about the Irish guy that does the TV show where they sit in Graham Norton and they have the chair, don't they? That's like a sort of a thing that. Yeah. So he called it something or other that you just have it when you do it when you're doing it. Yeah. But yeah, no. Talking about the drone thing, I had this idea a while ago. I think when the weather's good here, it'd be an interesting thing to come down and edit it. It's almost like sort of do it so it sort of you then sort of come through the door into the studio. Do you know what I mean? And then you suddenly sat here with the lights on and everything, like it's sort of happening. It'd be quite an interesting thing to do. Could we do something like that?
Yeah, that could be possible. Yeah, we'll have a chat and wait for the weather's good, and then scope it all out. And we just got to make sure you're not in a fly path. The app will tell me if I can or can't.
We'd have to go too high, don't we?
Yeah, but
we're on the flight path for Heathrow.
Oh yeah. Oh, because the app actually says if I can or can't fly. If you can't fly, it won't actually let me take it off.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it's that advanced. Yeah. It's
that
safe.
That's pretty cool.
When you're inside.
It might do. I've not tried it. I've never flown my drone inside. I did fly it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't fly it. You wouldn't do that. You'd come down and you'd edit it into a camera shot.
Yeah,
what fucking flying through the door, are you?
Yeah, what we'd do, we'd lower the drone and then pull the drone forward and then do a zoom in transition into the building.
Yeah.
Do a little scope around.
Yeah. So I mean, I think. Yeah, well, listen. I think there's stuff we can do for sure. Listen, we just keep talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep in contact. Go out for some drinks and just brainstorm some ideas.
Yeah. And then utilise me if you want to fucking bounce ideas and fucking get a bit of a structure to stuff that you're doing. I'm more than happy to help you, mate.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
We'll scratch each other's backs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if any pictures you guys need, just give us a bell.
Yeah. Cool fucking bananas. So it's gone quickly, isn't it?
It has so far.
Really fucking, a really interesting podcast as well.
Is it coming out all right? I was a bit worried.
This is probably the most rounded one I would have thought.
This is really, it's been for somebody with youth on their side.
I want to make sure I'm bringing some value to the podcast as well. For
you have, for sure. Right, but just
in my opinion, this is up there with Mr. Eagle Man.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best one so far.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
in the way that I think John's is the best, where it's so rounded. It's got a bit of everything, and this is like with yours. You got the Gambia, you got the Cubs, or whatever.
Yeah, which is good because it's going to resonate. It's going to resonate with people, and rather than it be about the education. Because a couple of them, as soon as you sort of think, well, let's go to see what you were like at school, and then move on from that. But yours is completely different. It's the same. It's the same journey. Yeah. So it's a different journey, but it's obviously, well, Joe, fucking what I mean.
Yeah, everyone goes to school. And
Maybe
it's different order.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this one as well.
Yeah, good. I'm really fucking pleased for you. As long as producer Joel's enjoying it, then we're all right, aren't we? Yeah. We do have a laugh here.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Right, we ready?
Yep.
Alex isn't.
Sorry, I'm necking my water. Right, I'm cool. I'm ready. Yeah, we're good.
Move that just a little bit closer to you. That's it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we're back again, mate. We've flown through this, haven't we, so far? Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, and if you don't know already, what the fuck are you doing listening to this? But it's me, Elliot Browne, here at Essex Business Radio with Alex Lane of ALVM Videography. Learned a lot about your last few years, which you've fucking crammed a shitloads of stuff into, haven't you?
Busy.
Yeah, exciting stuff. And you're just at the start of your journey, mate.
Yes, that's what I'm most looking forward to. What's next?
Yeah, what is next? Do you know?
I'm hoping for a big year in business.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing a lot of business growth and a lot of personal growth this year.
That's a big thing to do, and doing what you've done already. I think you've done a lot of personal development in a sort of Google was a personal development thing, really,
absolutely.
wasn't it? Gambia, big thing that opened up some doors, opened your horizons and made you look at things differently. A lot of personal development, isn't it? I think. Yeah. Some people, I had this conversation, I think, I've had a couple recently about some people read books. Are you a book reader?
Do you know what? I never was. I've tried to be, and this year I've gone, sod it, I am reading it, and I think I did 4 chapters in the first 3 days of 2020.
Wow, okay.
And I'm loving it.
I've got to start reading now.
I never thought I'd enjoy it, but I'm reading books I am enjoying. So it's more like mind management. So when I talk about personal growth and business growth, I'm almost intertwining them slightly in terms of the reading.
Do it.
So I'm reading The Chimp Paradox at the moment, which is about mind management. And how you think and how you control your thoughts to get the best output. One book I've read.
That sounds like a bit of me. I'm not really into books, to be fair.
It's been really good. And then another one I started reading last year, which I stupidly put down, was something called. It's a book called The 4 Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss.
Tim Ferriss.
Love that book. I've been highlighting it all.
And the thing I've picked a lot of stuff up like those books because I sort of look at things. I look at so much and I pick up the bits and pieces I need out of it without reading it, which sort of is the way I tend to.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, you find the little key bits you like and then you memorise.
Yeah. But I'm definitely not one for picking up a book. I mean, I think, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more personal development, even at 45. You never stop learning. But I tend to take a lot of stuff from people I get involved with and look at things and study what people are doing and I tend to pick up a lot of stuff like that. But but it's good that you're doing that. The fact that you didn't think you would do it. So personal development, big thing for this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so business wise as well, you're going to be you've got some goals and things set in place.
Yeah, on the first of the year, I wrote down all my goals. Some of which I'm going to keep under wraps, so when they do happen, I can talk about them. Yeah, I'm going to keep them secret until they happen. Yeah. But just small ones, kind of like reach 3-4 countries this year for business. And,
okay.
I want my profit margins to be better with my revenue and stuff like that, and also kind of like help more businesses. I want something really rewarding that I've had a few businesses where I've done promos for them. Within a week or two, they've had 3 times more business or more awareness, etc.
Perfect.
And I want to help more personal brands. Get more people out there, the people who aren't being spoken enough about, to be spoken about more. Get more eyes on the people that deserve it and stuff. So I've got some big goals, and
cool.
I'm looking forward to doing more videos, a wider variety of videos as well. So not just kind of like niching down to too many things, really is opening as many different doors as I can. And seeing where that takes me. I'm excited.
Good. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a big year this year. 2020
absolutely.
is starting off really well.
I've got that feeling. It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good year. And you know this game better than I do. Apparently.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Cards Against Humanity. Anybody that's not watching this and listening to on the podcast, and if you've never listened to any of these before,
get
cheers,
listening.
dude.
Why are you not listening? Get listening.
I love that. Cheers, man. But we don't play this properly. We literally, there's 3 of us here. Producer Joel, obviously, with us as well.
Hi, guys.
And so we've got a pack of black cards, and on the black cards if you don't know Cards Against Humanity is and I'm sure he's going to show these to the camera. Which camera are we on?
Oh, we're on big one.
Oh, don't worry about that. We've got the big one up here, down there, wherever.
You're on your one now.
Okay, fine. So and on this pack you've got a phrase which has got 1, 2, or maybe even 3 spaces, or a sort of a question, or just a phrase on its own. So I'm going to hand that over to you. If you want to randomly pick a card out, you can shuffle it, do what you like. And then we've got quite a stack of white cards, and the white cards then have words or other phrases which you'll fill in the gaps. Mate, did you fucking play poker as well?
No, I used to do a bit of magic in my time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I can do the dynamo shuffle and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, mate, is the camera? Get the camera on him. Look at that. Get the camera on him. Look at that. Mate, do that again. Dude, that's fucking smart. That is.
Just do.
Look at that.
Back in my time.
Mate. So anybody that can't see this, suddenly we found a whole new skill set that Alex has got.
that was Jim score.
David Blaine. Can you walk on water as well? If you can you stand in this glass?
Okay, right.
So you've got the black. Okay, so we're gonna. So don't read that out just yet. So what you can do is take that one as well. Take the one, and then in the white box, obviously you've got 1 or 2. How many spaces you got on your card?
I've got 2.
You got 2 on that one. So obviously take 2 white cards randomly and see what they come up with. So as I said, if you're not watching this and you can't see this, then what we're doing is picking a black card randomly. And then we're going to pick a white card, which fills in the gaps or answers a question or whatever. So this is either going to be funny, shit, politically incorrect, which I'm assuming that one was it?
Yeah. We'll call it that.
Yeah, we'll call it that. I've got 1 space. You got 2. I'm just going to randomly pick this one. God only knows what it is. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, producer Joel, has he got any?
Been left out.
Oh, sorry, producer Joel. We didn't realise. Mine. I haven't actually read mine properly.
No.
I think I've got quite an interesting one here today. Cool. So read out what you've got with the spaces, and then you utilise your white cards accordingly and read it out again. Cool. We do it like that. I think fuck it, we do it like that. Yeah.
Cool. So, dear Sir or Madam, we regret to inform you that the office of has denied your request for.
Okay.
So
you're trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out which one goes first. Dear Sir or Madam, we regret to inform you that the office of living in a trash can has denied your request for buying the right pants to be cool. Does it work?
That's all right. It all works. That's all works. I like that. What you got, producer Joel?
This is quite fitting, actually.
Okay.
It's really good. When I pooped, what came out my butt? the quesadilla explosion salad from Chili's.
Did you choose that?
No.
Oh, mate. I'm not being funny. After that tie, I was a bit like that the other night.
God,
dear.
Yeah.
Mate, I had the hottest fucking chai. The chai. I did hottest chai.
That was the dish. Yeah.
That was a chai. Yeah. Sorry to anybody from Thailand. We're not taking the piss. We are just having a laugh. But no, it did. It was a 4 chili, right? And I thought it'd be hot, mate.
I can't handle hot stuff.
It was fucking volcanic hot. It was hot. It was really
blow
hot.
Your head off.
Yeah, no, he literally did. Well, he didn't just blow my head off. It blew my arse off as well the next morning, to be honest. Okay, so mine is. This is your captain speaking. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare for. And then there's a space. I've been honest, now I've read it.
You questioned
this is your captain speaking. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare for walking in on Dad peeing into your mum's mouth.
Oh God,
that is a fucking classic. God, that is going down as history. On the 17th podcast, I personally think that's the best one we've had so far.
That's a bit savage.
That was good. That one.
That's good.
We're liking that.
Well
so this is the first time you've come in and done one of these, right?
Yeah. It's the first time ever doing anything like this.
Yeah. Will you come and do another one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do some shots. And we fucking found somebody that drinks. Producer Joe.
I'll have a drink.
Well, you know.
Yeah, we're going to do some shots. What would be your drink of choice?
Oh, what shot wise?
Well, I don't know. Drink. We can have maybe a glass of prosecco. We'll start off with a glass of prosecco. Wait till the weather's good, and we can maybe even have a barbecue and stuff afterwards.
A couple of nice cold beers in the summer.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
And Stella's, Coronas. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And a shot.
Yeah, I'll have a shot.
What sort of shot?
Whatever's really given to me.
Fucking hell.
Sometimes
you're not fussy.
Yeah, sometimes on birthday parties it's been a tequila and I've not realised, and that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you go, after.
Yeah. Can't do sambucas.
I
hate sambuca.
The
honestly, the aniseed just doesn't work for me. I mean, I got really, really fucked on Pernod years and years ago, and it just makes. I mean, it happens on nights out. Sure. I mean, you got to make the sort of Angie one, and you sort of do it, but it's not my. Jaeger shot. I think one of my favourites is Cafe Patron.
I've not had
coffee Patron, mate. Coffee tequila.
One to try. I want to try. I think
we'll get a bottle of Cafe Patron. I think we're going to have that. We'll have a couple of other shots maybe. We're not going to drink that much. Or we might do.
We'll see.
But we're going to do this while we're doing the podcast.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
That would be funny. And get the Cards Against Humanity out.
Yeah, why not?
That would be a.
Have a proper game of it.
Why not? So 2020 started off well for you. You've got some big plans for this year. Where can people find you, mate? Where on social and stuff like that? You're obviously big on the social side of stuff.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
So my main portfolio where you can find me is on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's at ALVM_UK.
Yeah.
Feel free to just reach out, give us a DM, have a chat. That's where you can find me. Yeah.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah. They're always open.
That's what she said.
I'm friends with everyone. And
Facebook?
Facebook is al.visualmedia.
Okay. Website?
I don't actually have a website.
Don't you?
It's in progress.
This is an interesting thing. So you've been running your business for a year. Actually, you know what? This is a subject I think we'll have a little chat about. We'll continue having a little chat because I know a couple of people that have set businesses up without any website and have had quite a lot of success through just social media. I think people think it's the be all and end all. You've got to have a website.
Yeah,
you've got to,
I thought it was the be all and end all, and I found that in fact it's not.
Yeah.
And I focused on putting a good show reel together.
Yeah.
And whenever a client reached out, or I was reaching out to a client, rather than including my website, my show reel encompassed.
Show reel, I like that. We should do a show reel.
Yeah, you should absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
can you help me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
mate, we're gonna fucking
show reel encompasses the essence of who you are and what you do and what you provide. And I think that's where it's done me some good. I think I've only had a good, say, handful of people ask for a website.
Yeah.
And when I've sent them my show reel, they've not been bothered. They've just gone, okay, cool, just checking.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world if you don't have one. I think social media is so powerful now.
I think in essence that's your website right there. If you've got the right images on there, the right content,
it's all about your personal brand and the brand that you put out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, fair play for that. I mean, you said you're sort of planning to do something on that side. I suppose it's a natural progression. You're going to do that.
Yeah, in progress. I've got some ideas. I want it to be right the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to create a website that was rushed and not have put my thought and process into it. I want to make sure it's perfect the first time, so when people ask, they've got a polished website.
Don't get it too perfect. You know, perfection's not there.
Yeah, because there's no room for growth. So,
but it's not just that. I've had that mistake. You think you've got to get things perfect. Sure. It isn't. You just get it done, get it out there, and it's always going to be. I mean, let's face it, things move so fast. Yeah. There's things always progressing. You're always going to be able to change it and tweak it and play about with things. I mean, you do this with your videos. You do this with your clients.
Oh, of course.
So don't get too perfect. Will be my tip.
I'll take that. Thank you.
And when you do it, just do it. Play about it, tweak it. You're a creative. You're going to relook at it in a few months and go, wow, I want to change it anyway.
Yeah,
just because of the way you are. Yeah. In which case, if you try and be perfect, you'll never do that, will you? So
sure. And there's always exciting to think, how I could do that differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, mate, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank
and
you.
So you've got another trip in a couple of years. You're going to be going away in a couple of years.
So got a couple of hopefully some business trips lined up this year, and then Gambia back in 2022. So if you're about interested in looking at that, look at GISP, so Google Hornchurch International, Gambia Hornchurch International Scout Project. GISP on social media. It's a great cause of what we're doing.
Absolutely. So. Check that out. I mean, I'm intrigued by. I'm going to be checking it out.
Thank you.
I absolutely urge anybody locally to check that out. It sounds like such a worthwhile cause.
Yeah, it's going to good things.
And clearly the guys going out there, guys and girls going out there. I'm assuming girls as well.
Mix. Yeah.
Guys and girls going out there. You're all fairly young, and you're all sort of eager to help. And what a great thing to be doing. What a great thing to be doing, mate. Seriously.
Thank you. Very rewarding.
So congratulations on everything so far, and good luck with absolutely everything this year and moving forward. I know we're going to be having close contact from here on out, for sure. Mate, absolute pleasure having you in. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Good. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Producer Joel, thanks very much.
Thanks, Joel.
My pleasure.
That's sticking now. Producer Joel on the 17th show. Listen, we've coined Producer Joel. We've got one of the best the hands that we've done so far on Cards Against Humanity. And just in case Cards Against Humanity or anybody that represents this company, it happens to watch or listen, then send us some boxes in. You can contact us on our social media.
And Producer Joel will respond.
And Producer Joel
accordingly.
Accordingly, yeah. If you've only just heard this somehow and you don't know, then check out Essex Business Radio on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We're now we've got a channel on YouTube as well, and you can download the app, which is Essex Business Radio, which is available on all good app stores. And anywhere you can obviously download. Most of the places, I think there's different channels you can get the podcast downloaded as well, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Mate, thanks very much for joining us. Thanks, really, absolute pleasure. We're going to sign off for now. So, ciao for now, Brown Cow. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, just support Essex Business Radio and LVM UK.
Right? Mate, high five on that side.
Little plug.
Love it. All right, thanks very much, and we'll catch up with you soon. Ciao for now.
Listening to Essex Business Radio with your host, Elliot Browne.